Hello and welcome back guys to another F1 Manager video. Today we'll be doing the Italian Grand Prix at Monza. Currently sitting 8th in the Constructors at the moment over Haas, Alpine and Kick Sauber. We're level points with the Williams and we could get points later in the season. At the moment we haven't signed any more affiliate drivers as we've still got, Charlie Wirtz, Paul Aaron, Kimi Antonelli and Pulling as our academy. Van Hoven's going to Aston Martin's academy next season as he was off contract and he decided that he wanted to go somewhere else as apparently we weren't good enough, so he's jumped over to the Aston Martin affiliate driver program. We currently have Fittipaldi and Bottas. Fittipaldi will get replaced at the end of the season by most likely Kimi Antonelli. So yeah, we got our main driver signed for the next race, or for the next season, as we'll make it 18th or higher for Fittipaldi and 13th or higher for Bottas.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen, with the... We're moving on now to the all-important qualifying session.
Let's get into qualifying.
Green light. Radio check, radio check. Copy. Copy, loud and clear.
Radio check.
Okay, that's loud and clear. Prepare for the lap. Copy. Warm up the tires.
We're getting them all up to speed and ready to go for their push lap,
And brakes.
as we're looking to get as high as we possibly can in this qualifying session,
Use overtake.
as we're hoping Bottas and Fittipaldi can both get through to the next session. We got some old worn components in the powertrain, so we're going to have some pretty poor, not good times I would expect, but it should be enough to get us through to Q2.
Copy, stand by, we'll come back.
Bottas puts in a 1:21.4 with Fittipaldi coming around the final bend now. So he goes to go over the line. He's got really worn tyres. I don't know what happened. He's 5 seconds off the pace, so he must have locked up or something like that during the lap.
Copy.
We're going to keep Bottas in the pits, and we'll hope that he can make it through just on that first lap,
Copy.
as we want to save as many tyres as we can. But for Fittipaldi, he's going to have to go, as he didn't get a first lap that was good. So he's going to have to go for his lap now.
We need to get these tyres to last.
Copy.
It's currently gone yellow in the first sector, not a good start for Fittipaldi. Hopefully he can actually get himself going. As he goes yellow in the second sector, also not a good thing. He must have made a mistake in the last sector, so he'll probably pick up a lot of time off of this part of the track. And hopefully he goes over the line and he gets himself through for now, as we've still got Sargent, who's going to have to go through, and Albon. So the Williams drivers could knock Enzo Fittipaldi out here, which if he does, we may take a grid penalty for this race. It's yellow for Sargent, so Sargent doesn't look like he's going to improve. And Albon's on green at the moment. Sargent doesn't improve, so he's safe from him. And Albon improves and knocks him out. So we've just got Bottas through to the next session. We have to put in a new underfloor onto Enzo Fittipaldi's car, so that's taken a toll out of our money.
Green, green, green. No lift off. Copy.
Bottas on his first lap, not his main lap as he's on old softs, so I don't expect much from him in this lap. But we'll see how things go over the course of this lap. As he's currently got Ricciardo and Tsunoda as the benchmarks, probably more Tsunoda, or probably more Ricciardo as his benchmark because he's on older tyres. As Bottas goes faster than Ricciardo, but slower than Albon by a little bit.
Copy. Watch your mirrors. No lift off needed from our side. Copy.
Okay, so we're going to get him ready for the main lap that he will post this qualifying. Hopefully he gets through this session, as he probably needs to just beat around about Tsunoda, so he needs to get like 5/10 on his time. As he goes green in the first sector, which is a good start. He's gone green so far, so it's a good sight to see. As we'll hope that he can improve enough to get ahead of Tsunoda. But we'll see how things go as he rounds the final corner of the lap. We've got everyone on an in-lap behind us and just in front of us, as Bottas puts himself through to the next session by getting a time that was faster than Tsunoda's, quite significantly faster too. So we'll have a chance at probably getting one car in speed in the next qualifying session, and we'll probably have a chance of beating Ricciardo, but that would be about it. Because Ricciardo's also got a penalty, so it doesn't really matter if we beat him or not. We're going to have to beat someone else at least.
Green light now. Warm tires and brakes. use deploy.
And on Bottas goes for his first lap of qualifying in 3. As we'll hope that he can get it somewhere in this session. Hopefully he can beat Ricciardo and one other driver, as that would be successful. Or just one driver that isn't Ricciardo, because Ricciardo's taking a penalty anyway, so he'll be behind us anyway at the start. As he comes around the final corner to post his lap, he'll go over the line, and he puts himself down on the leaders of Sainz and Leclerc, but it is a decent time to have posted on there. As Russell goes quicker, so does Ricciardo. Verstappen and Piastri don't somehow. Onto his main lap of qualifying, the one that should hopefully qualify him at a decent spot. As we'll go through the first sector. Got Leclerc to pass, we get a green first sector. Good start from Bottas. As we go through the next few corners. If we can beat Ricciardo's time, that would be ideal. As we go green in the second sector as well. Looking good to improve on this lap. As we'll come across the line and perform a 120 that gets us above Sainz. Except Sainz is still on the lap, so he could easily improve over us as Verstappen's going fastest, and so is Piastri. So the two bottom cars are looking like they'll improve. As Piastri goes first, and Sainz is not on the lap, so we're gonna, oh, he is on a lap actually. As Verstappen's gone purple. As we'll see where Sainz goes. And Sainz does improve, only gets one position. As Verstappen goes fastest. So we'll have the 8th spot on the grid. A good start for us, as we've gotten better than Ricciardo and Russell. And we'll actually have a 7th place start as Leclerc's taking a penalty. But Verstappen's, Oscar and Perez the top 3. We're going to do medium hards on both cars, as that is the optimal strategy. Fittipaldi will start in 15th. I don't think we're going to take a penalty for this race. We'll probably take it in a race where we're guaranteed no points from if we were to run it normally, as he needs a new ECU or ERS, so he's going to need that eventually, as he's currently fine with the gearboxes. And the engines, he should be able to go to the end of the season on these engines, hopefully. So we'll see how things go there. As Bottas is going to need a new engine next race, as he's currently running a 23% one. The best one we have is 24%. So we're really going to have to get him a new engine for the next race. as I don't think our car's that good at the next race that we have in Baku. We're not very good on street circuits. So yeah, that's happening. As we'll get ready to start the race.
Final checks are being carried out by the teams, and it won't be long until we get this race underway. As we get to this race, our focus shifts to Valtteri Bottas.
They've done really well to secure a P7 start. Some solid points could be on the cards today.
And it'll be exciting to see just what will happen here today. Here we go. It's the Italian Grand Prix. And it's lights out, and away we go.
Away we go for the race, as we have a decent start with Fittipaldi, and Bottas not too bad either. We're currently on very worn components, so we could easily DNF this race if things go poorly. But we're going to hope that we can hold on with this engine, as we qualify in a decent spot, and we could run for points if possible, as Fittipaldi's made up a few places off the start, as he's gone up to 11th. A great start for him. I think I'm happy with my decision of not using a new component, as Bottas just needs to keep on working his way up the grid as high as we can, as Enzo Fittipaldi's splitting the cars behind, so it's going to make it easier for Bottas to score points.
So we need to back off. Copy. Keep focus.
We need to slow down.
Copy.
We need to start to protect these rear tires.
Copy.
Anything can happen.
Currently have Bottas trailing right behind Tsunoda with his mechanical issue. We're going to have to be careful on that, as it's mainly caused by curves, so we're going to have to stop Bottas from using high risk curves, so he doesn't use it up too much. As he's currently still in deploy, so we'll change that to neutral. Fittipaldi needs to use a bit more of his ERS.
Okay. On tires, we are good to push one step forward.
Mode push. Mode push.
Enzo Fittipaldi going to overtake Russell on the straight, and he'll be able to hold Russell up as Russell goes down the inside into the second turn, and he's able to get ahead for a bit, but more traction along Fittipaldi. Keeps Fittipaldi ahead as they're side by side, I think. No, they're not. He's actually quite far behind now,
Okay.
so there's a decent gap.
Okay, so you have Leclerc ahead of you.
I can't go faster. Keep focus, everything can happen. Keep focus.
Enzo Fittipaldi's actually caught up to the pack with Bottas in it, so it's going to be tight between them now, as Sainz and Stroll farther ahead for a position, as currently it's Sainz ahead, as Alonso's alongside Bottas as they go around the corners, and Bottas is losing ground on Alonso and loses the position, as Fittipaldi is currently smooth on his tyres and is doing solid as he looks to make a move on Leclerc, as Leclerc makes a move on Bottas, but none of them are made. Bottas loses the position on Fittipaldi.
Yeah, copy.
Red. Keep focus, everything can happen, keep focus. Hamilton behind.
No more overtake.
Copy.
Lift off to avoid instability.
Few battles ahead between the cars ahead, as they seem to be going one by one into the turn. Bottas, hopefully he can hold at least P13, as we have told, we had a race target set to 13th for Bottas, and for Fittipaldi it was 15th, so we'll see how things go. As Bottas loses the position on Russell, as he goes down a place.
No worries. Full safety car. Mode charge. Follow the delta.
Fortunately, Bottas has DNF'd, so we're going to have
Follow
to,
your delta.
we're probably going to box Fittipaldi in for a new set of softs and do another stop in this race.
We'll box this lap.
Copy up in a box.
Most people came to the pits as well, as we had a decent pit stop.
Okay, so we are
That gets us out in P10.
and Sainz is the car behind you. Safety car will be in this lap. For the restart, we will need mode race.
Copy.
We can push more on the tyres now. Let's get them.
Okay, off we go for the race restart, as I think Gasly's one of the only drivers who stayed on mediums, as there seems to be a lot of drivers trying to make the hards work to the end, as we're going on softs because we're going to do a two-stop strategy, as that seemed to be the ideal strategy, as I don't think hards would make it to the end.
Copy. Yeah, I'm trying, man.
There's still a chance for something here.
We look to gain a position on Hamilton here if possible, as Fittipaldi looks to make a move and goes for it down the inside, and he can't hold on to it though, but he gets more traction on the straight and gets himself ahead, as Gasly's right now holding him up. As if we can get ahead of Gasly, then we could get some clear air and get further ahead in the race as we get ahead, but so does Hamilton behind, or Hamilton and Russell battling each other rather than Gasly, so they're going to hold each other up a little bit as we get through. We'll put Fittipaldi in top up as he's used all of his ERS, so I need to save some so he's got something to use, as he should get DRS down the straight here. And he will, as he'll get a bit closer to the drivers ahead of Lando Norris and Lance Stroll, or of Piastri and Alonso, as they work their way up the grid. as we're falling in place to Russell as our tyres are worn now. So we're really going to have to nurse the tyres to get ourselves through, as we're going to have DRS on Piastri down the straight. As we look to hold on to our position, Russell will probably go down the inside on Piastri, possibly, as he does. And we fall back a place, as it looks like Sainz is also fighting for a position. But Sainz isn't able to hold on, so we're going to keep a position of P8. As we look to pass Piastri down the straight as we make the move.
This is good. We are still in P7. Russell is the next car ahead of you.
Just looking to see what the pit stop time would be. Can't seem to find it. So the pit stop time is 25 seconds here. So if we pit, we'll probably come out around about where Gasly is on track. So I'll be a little bit back and we'll be within the pack, so it's probably not the best time to pit, as we'll probably be pitting in the next couple laps.
Box.
Box this lap.
So we have a very good stop, 2.3 seconds as we go through the safety car. We should hopefully we come out in free air, as that would be ideal. We come out right behind Sargent and the Williams, and so we do have some clear air ahead of us, as we'll be able to get some lap times going on these hards.
And the next one is Sargent. Magnussen behind. We can start to push a bit more.
We look to go around the outside on Hulkenberg to get a position up, as we are able to make the move. He'll have DRS down the straight though, so he might be able to get himself back in touch. But it looks like he's going to be going around the outside and he will make the move, except we generally get more traction on the straight, so we'll be able to get closer and closer to him as we look to make a move, but no move made, as Hulkenberg continues to hold us up even though we're on different strategies. So he really should just let us through so he can get his race going, but he's not, as we'll have more traction and DRS on the straight, as we're able to get ourselves through and far away from Hulkenberg, so he won't be able to fight back. As we'll hope Sainz and Alonso can come out near where we are, as that would be the most ideal thing. We'll come out ahead of Stroll, but a little bit behind Alonso and Sainz. Hamilton comes into the pits for a pit stop, as he'll come out quite far behind us, 17 seconds behind us. So that's a good thing to note, as they should be able to get one more position off of Ocon, as we just overtake him on the straight. So now he's behind us. So he might be able to have a go at us, but he probably won't be able to on the straight, as he's like just at the brink of losing DRS range. As I do believe we have Tsunoda who's still to box, so he'll have to stop for a set of softs. And we got Ricciardo who's also going to have a pit stop too, as well as even Russell, who's just about at the edge of us, so we might be able to snag a 7th or an 8th in this race, which will be good, and will actually give me thoughts of maybe keeping Fittipaldi if he can keep up this form, as both our drivers will have some penalties going for next race, so we're not going to have the best of times with that. As Russell and Ricciardo both come into the pits now for a pit stop, as we'll come out ahead of both of them into 8th place, and we're going to be a little while ahead as well, as Russell and Ricciardo come out behind Ocon, who will be able to hold other drivers up for us, as we've got 15 laps to go. As Russell's right on the back of us now, as he's gone through Ricciardo and Ocon, as Ocon's now fallen to the back of the pack. So hopefully Russell can give us the tow along the straights and keep us with a chance of getting a solid points finish. But we've lost out on DRS, so that's not gone to plan, as Ricciardo's quite a while behind us and is on fresher mediums, so he'll be able to go decently fast on us. As Hamilton gets through, Hamilton will try to chase us down to get the points. All we need is 1 point here and I'll be happy, because we just need to get a points finish so we can overtake Williams in the standings. The higher the better, but we'll take what we got, as they're right on the back of us now, so I'll have to make sure that we stay ahead of them.
6 laps to go.
Copy.
We can get them back.
Gasly's now out of the session as well, as Courier is well behind. I don't know how he has a seat in this game, but he does, as he's always been pretty poor in his performances for Sauber. So it's not really a good driver choice for them, as they also have their talent pool. They could choose Teo Porcher or Zane Maloney, but in this game they've chosen Courier as their pick, as we're still battling Tsunoda for position, as he's just able to beat us each time. We lost out on range on Tsunoda as Ricciardo looks to pass us, We've got only one more position to hold on to, as we're looking like we're not going to get the points finish that we'd hoped for. As it looks like they're coming home strong in these mediums and soft tyres. As we look to make an overtake on Ricciardo, we're able to do so for a second. We go off the track and we let through Hamilton.
Max Verstappen over the finish line and today's winner.
Unfortunately for us, we haven't been able to take home any points, so we're stuck with 11th place for Enzo Fittipaldi. As Bottas, if he had a good engine, he could easily score points for us.
Good job, guys. Thank you.
But we'll just fall short, as it's been a really good race for Fittipaldi. After he'd been making up positions for the majority of the race, and when the safety car came, he was able to capitalise on it.
No driver wants that to happen, but now they just have to look forward.
Well, Max Verstappen can add yet another podium to his already impressive record.
There really doesn't seem to be a way to stop them winning this year. Amazing consistency.
And that, right there, is a picture-perfect end to this weekend in Monza. Well, Karun, how do you think they'll be feeling in the team garage at the end of that?
Well, it was a bit of a mixed bag here. Some things went their way, but others didn't. I think their main target now will be finding some consistency for sure.
And with that...
Max Verstappen won over Sergio Perez and Leclerc. Leclerc made up 10 positions to get his place today. Lando Norris gets P4 where he started. Fernando in P5, as we just missed the points by a position, as Fittipaldi gets 11th. It's a pretty good race for him, still no points for him to show with it though, so he'll have to sit with 11th place. We had 3 DNFs, Bottas, Piastri and Gasly, who all went out of the race. As currently in the drivers, Max Verstappen leads over Leclerc and Sainz, as usual, as Fittipaldi makes 2 positions by finishing 11th today, as Valtteri Bottas sits on 3 points with 14th place. In the Constructors, Red Bull leads with the 43 points this race over Ferrari and McLaren. We sit in 8th place with 3 points on the board, and probably the only 3 points we're going to get at this rate. For the pit stop points, we got 4th place in the pit stops, so we get 12 points for that. As we sit closer to Mercedes, as Mercedes are in 8th, and we're in 9th. We didn't get the 13th or higher with Bottas, so we don't get money for that, but we do for Fittipaldi's efforts. Enzo Fittipaldi ranks up to level 77. As we got a helipad refurbishment, and same with the memorabilia. As Avi Pulling goes up a level, so does Ollie Koskinen. As we got some money to go with ourselves, as we get some deroofs and stuff. As we have board attendance for the Grand Prix. We're gonna do deny for this because the next race isn't going to be a good one for us. As Azerbaijan, we're going to be taking penalties, so we'll deny that. As this is what our drivers look like with their performance. As Van Hopen levels up, it doesn't really matter what Van Hopen does anymore for us, as he's not going to be driving in our academy next season. Charlie Wirtz goes up in overtaking. Paul Aaron goes up in 2 areas, as I can't even see what Kimi Antonelli has done for some reason. Same with Pulling. as in our main drivers. Fittipaldi's gone up a little bit, as he's gone to level 77 now. So that's a new thing. As we'll do the training schedule for our pit crew. So over the break, in between the last race and now, we've actually gone and signed some contracts. As we're looking to get one guy in for this guy. As we're going from Marco Perone, we're in negotiation at the moment. And for the instead of Delphine Brun, we're going for Pierre Wash as our technical chief. So we're currently in negotiations with him, and we're also in another negotiation, I believe. For a sporting director, I think we were going for possibly Randeep Singh. I'm not exactly sure. No, we're going for Marco Perone, so we have not gone for him. We've gone and re-signed a contract with Ollie Koskinen, as we have no one that's better. Everyone else has already signed with the team, so we can't go for any of those. And currently for the drivers, as soon as Antonelli's able to sign a contract with us for his race seat, we'll sign him instead of Fittipaldi, as currently that's where I'm going with it, as Fittipaldi doesn't seem to be good enough for F1 at the moment. So yeah, that's where things are at, as we'll simulate through. Race target will do 20th or higher for him, and for Valtteri we'll do 17th and higher. As we are going to be taking penalties in this race, so we're going to be towards the back of the
Greetings
grid.
from Azerbaijan, where we're back in the country's capital. The spectacular back... Now it's time to see who...
Just putting in different parts into the car as we have a bunch of new parts going into this Grand Prix. So we're also changing the setups to make sure they're optimized for the race as well as we can, because we're not actually doing the practice sessions. We're actually skipping through the practice sessions to get to the main part of this game.
Okay, that's the green light now.
Yeah, radio check.
Okay, that's loud and clear.
Warm up the tires. We push on tires. Overtake available. Yeah, copy.
On we go for our first flying lap
No longer need any
in
liftoffs
this
for fuel.
qualifying session.
Copy.
As currently Fittipaldi's got high confidence and medium confidence for Bottas as they go around the first part of the track. Bottas is currently faster than Fittipaldi, which is expected, and what we'd like to see is, would like to see Bottas doing well. But if Fittipaldi were to do better, then that would actually be probably good, could be good as well. So as long as they're both at the top of their abilities, that would be happy for us. As Fittipaldi is slower in the second sector than Bottas is too. As he's now on the straight. Both of them on the straights now. As the purple gets taken away from Bottas, and he puts in a 145 flat.
Our suggestion is to cool
Whereas
the rear.
Fittipaldi's not even close to the pace.
All good.
He's going to have to work in the second
We
lap.
need to increase liftoff.
Luckily
Okay.
this qualifying won't matter, so if we do poorly, it's not going to change much. As we are going to start second last and last, so there's not much going for us here unless we can get into the top 10.
Now we should be able to take a look here. And if we watch Magnussen... Oh, that'll be a costly crash as the car...
Magnussen's crash causing a red flag, which will slow the session down. Fortunately we haven't gone out yet, so we've still got 2 fresh sets of softs.
tyres and brakes. No lift off.
Copy.
Overtake available.
Copy.
Now we've got both our drivers going, as they're both getting ready to go onto the laps. Bottas right now through in his first lap, or second lap, as he goes yellow in the first sector, not a good start. As Fittipaldi's going to need to improve by a fair way to get himself through to the next session, as we already have Piastri underneath us, so he's going to have to get around Bottas's time that he currently has to get through. As Bottas will complete the second sector and will go yellow, so it's not a good start for either of our drivers, as Fittipaldi's done a pretty poor time. He's 5/10 slower than Bottas is, so it's not good to see. As Bottas doesn't improve, as now we have Fittipaldi, who's going to have to go over the line pretty soon to go and qualify for his next time. He's currently well off the time and doesn't look like improving, as he doesn't improve and goes 20th, which will put him at 20th on the grid, or 22nd on the grid, as Bottas will probably be towards the back.
Green light. Now we can push one step more on tires. We can push one step more.
We should quickly zoom through this lap,
Overtake
as
button.
it's not going to be
Copy.
anything decent yet. We're coming up to a few drivers ahead of us through the castle section. So we pass Piastri and another driver as well. Post a time that's well off the pace, but he is on old softs, and the
Okay.
car isn't
We
suited to
cool the
this
rear.
track, so it's nothing bad for us.
Copy.
Overtake available.
Copy.
So we got our main lap of Q2 underway, as Bottas has done a green in his warm-up lap, so he's clearly got some sort of pace in the last sector that he didn't show. As we go through these couple turns, goes yellow in the first sector, There you go, green in the second sector, so a good second sector from here. Thanks to the Q3 in this track. We're not expecting to get through to Q3 as our car isn't suited to this track, but we do expect to get around 13th, as I expect the podcast to be pretty good. As he goes over the line, he doesn't improve, so we're going to start most likely 15th on the Salkenberg improves, which he doesn't, so we start 15th. Except we will have a penalty to face, so we'll end up starting 21st. We're going to do soft, medium, softs for Fittipaldi, and for Bottas, soft, soft, mediums. We're going to try to undercut other drivers with our stops here today. So we'll set everything to aggressive. And on to the race.
Well, it's great to have you with us, folks, as we settle in for the weekend's Grand Prix action. This could be an important race today for Lance Stroll. This is what you've been waiting for. It's the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. And it's lights out, and away we go.
Off the start, nothing special. Bottas is stuck in second last place and Fittipaldi in 22nd. We're going to need to get some overtakes done at the start of this race. We want any chance at finishing in a decent position.
Copy.
It's getting frustrating.
Don't give up. No overtake.
Okay.
No DRS available, no DRS available.
Copy.
And try to cool the tires when you can.
Copy.
Copy.
Copy. We need more lift and coast.
Copy.
Copy.
just going to let them go and race their race, as Bottas is currently ahead of the two, as we're going to look to undercut the drivers soon with the pit stop, as we're going to be pitting in first generally into the pits, as currently we're just trying to get through this race, as we have started from the back and we don't expect too much from this.
That's a safety car, mode SC. Mode charge, follow the delta.
Copy.
Mode SC,
We've got a yellow flag here.
Box is a double stack.
copy box.
We're going to double stack here with the
Okay, so
free
box
pit
box,
stop that
we'll
we'll
do
get,
a double pit stop.
as we should be able to get
Copy,
a
I'll get
free
them
pit
off.
stop out of this, and hopefully not
We
many
would like
others
to
do
do
the same.
double pit stop.
Box this lap.
We no longer need any liftoff for fuel.
Copy.
Seems like basically everyone's come into the pits for a pit stop,
Something's not gone
as we
right in
come
the
out in
pits.
18th and 19th from track, and we'll get to bunch up back close together.
Copy. Overtake available.
Copy.
Safety car in this lap. At the restart, it will be mode race.
Copy.
Try to get him. Mode push, mode push.
Copy.
One click overtake now.
Copy.
Oh no.
You're doing well on tires.
Unfortunately, Bottas has been bothered by the wall.
Are you okay?
Big one.
Bad contact on the front. I lost the gears 6.
We're going to have to retire Bottas, as he's got no more front wings to put on the car, and his car's very damaged.
Box. We have an issue, so we need to back off and box. Sorry.
No more overtake.
Copy. Copy.
Safety car. Mode charge. Stay positive on delta.
Copy.
Okay, suggest some weaving. We need to warp all four corners.
We come in hit for hards to the end of the
Box.
race. as it seems like a good time now to pick for those.
Pit lane.
Let's get him. Overtake available.
Copy.
To confirm, the safety car will come in this lap. For the restart, we will need mode race.
Copy.
Getting ready to race now, as we're currently sitting 16th place. It's been a decent Grand Prix for Enzo, and not the best for the team as Bottas got really out by his teammate. His teammate was the reason why he went out of the race in the end. So it's not been the best of the races for Enzo for the qualities. He did cause a crash, but other than that he's been pretty good.
Try to avoid the curbs.
Copy.
No more overtake.
Copy.
And yeah, a terminal failure. Absolutely gutting.
I'm in the wall, man.
Right then, you can take a look now. Now we're watching the action closely here. And unable to do anything about that crash. And all it can take is one mistake, one momentary lapse of concentration. The restart is moments away as the race continues.
No, this matters for us as we got both cars retired and out the race.
And it's lights out. And away we go. I'm not quite sure what's happened there. Now this was the Sauber, with not much room to move. And there, the cars make contact. And thankfully, after that, it seems the drivers are okay. And you can just feel...
I'm just going to simulate through the rest of this. as we got no point to actually watch the race.
Max Verstappen over the finish line and today's winner.
Max wins the race over Piastri and Norris, with Leclerc in fourth and Perez in fifth. Tsunoda rounded out the points in 10th.
Sometimes I think you just have to accept that it's not going to
In the drivers, Max Verstappen leads over Charles Leclerc and Carlos Sainz, as we're currently sitting in 14th and 17th now. Esteban Ocon's had a decent race. In constructors, we still sit in 8th with Red Bull, Ferrari and McLaren leading the way. No, we got some pit stop points from Bottas's pit stop, so he got 2 points for us. The pit crew got 2 points for us. We got Fittivaldi finished 20th or higher by DNFing, so he gets his bonus and Bottas doesn't. They need to stay in the race to be able to get that. We have to do 2 emergency suspensions as we got none left. Gonna need a new gearbox for the next race. 90% of cars are all ready for the race, as we're currently in debt by 12 million, which is a massive problem, but which should be fixed going into next season, as we should get prize money and all that from that. But anyways guys, thanks for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe if you want to see more of this content, and be tuned for the next video for Singapore. See ya and goodbye.